Hello, gear nerds of the internet. This is the iFi Zen Air Phono Preamp. It does moving magnet and moving coil. And I think this is the coolest $99 phono preamp on the planet. Let's talk about it.
Six in the morning.
So, what makes this the coolest $99 phono preamp? Let's talk about what it comes with. It comes with this. This is the phono preamp. And it comes with a power supply. Or actually, it doesn't. It comes with this cable, which they expect you to use something like this. This is an Apple product. You know, you plug your cell phone in or whatever. And that's it. So when I first opened this, I was pretty annoyed because, as you can see, it's not very long. So you're going to need an extension cord to use this. But as I was looking around my house for an extension cord, I came up with a really cool idea. And why this thing is inadvertently the coolest product on the market right now in vinyl equipment for $99. And that is this. Not this in particular, this in general is a phone charger. It's a battery. So what they inadvertently have made is a battery-powered phono preamp for $99. How awesome is that? And you might be wondering, why is that awesome? That seems kind of stupid. Well, let me tell you something. There are battery-operated phono preamps out on the market. None of them are external like this. There's one from Ray Samuel's Nighthawk. That costs a lot of money. It was way more than $99. I used to have a Sutherland PH3D. That took like 120,000 D batteries. This, you just plug this in and you go. There's also Musical Surroundings have made battery-powered phono preamps that use a rechargeable battery as well. But hey, guess what? If that battery happens to die, how do you change it? I don't know. But this, you can find these things on Amazon or probably at Five Below for like $5. And for $99 plus $5 or $104 for all of you that failed math, it's a pretty good deal. iFi sells a AC adapter like for $100. You don't need that. This is going to sound better. So why do you want this? It's going to have less noise, less distortion. It's going to have a blacker background with a battery than with this, or even their $99 one. So this is a fantastic idea. Fantastic. And a lot of their Zen products take 5-volt power, which means if I were iFi, what I would do is I would come up with something that looked like this, but on the back it was just a bank, and inside was something like this, and that could power a bunch of your devices. You just stack them on top of each other. Boom, battery power for all of them. I don't know why they hadn't thought of that, but guess what? iFi, you send me some of this, you can have my idea. Come on. I should say that iFi let me borrow this to review it. I think that might matter. So anyway, let's talk about the features. So you have a power button. Power off, power on. As you can see, it has MM and MC. MM for moving magnet, MC for moving coil, a subsonic filter for those pesky low-end issues, like if you have a warped record that might cause some strain on your speakers, you turn that on. I turned this on. I didn't really hear any sort of sound degradation, so why not let it do its thing? On the back, you have your output, your input, your ground, your power, and a setting for MM and MC. So your MM is your normal standard 47K ohm. I think it's 40 dB of gain. The MC is not 100 ohm. A lot of times the MC is 100 ohm. This is 1000 ohm. And I think it's 64 dB of gain. Hold on. 64 dB of gain, 40 dB of gain. And was there, yeah, see 1K, 47K. So, as you might be aware, iFi makes a Zen Phono Preamp. Looks quite similar to this. There are some differences though. This is plastic. This is plastic. On the other one, this is made of metal. This is like a brushed aluminum sort of front. I actually prefer the look of the black. I want this to just disappear on my shelf, and this does that better than the other one. I also found that it was kind of hard to read the brushed aluminum. Also, it had more moving coil settings, so you could do medium output and high output moving coil, whereas this just does low. And it also had right there was a balanced output. I don't know who was using that. I feel like that was a feature no one needs. So, what does it sound like for $99? Tried it on 3 different systems. My main system, which is a VPI turntable with an Audio Technica AT82 cartridge into this, into an Audio Research SP16 preamp, into a Rotel 1552 MKII power amp, into KEF R300 speakers, and this sounded actually pretty good. My main phono preamp is the Rogue Stealth that I modified a bit. This held up pretty well in that system. The difference I would say is this has sort of an increased amount of mid-range. It's a little bit accentuated. And I would also say this has less detail because of that. I would say if you've ever been to like a Best Buy where they have all the TVs set to the in-store mode where all of the colors are super vibrant, but the detail is a little bit soft because of it, that's sort of how I would describe this in that system. It's held its own really well, surprisingly. I also tried it in my daughter's system, which is a system comprised of a Crosley C6 with an AT-VM95E cartridge, and that goes into a pair of powered Pioneer speakers, the model of which I forget. I'll put it here. As you can see, it doesn't exactly roll off the tongue. I found this actually was a pretty big improvement in that system. You didn't lose any detail really because that system is pretty low end to begin with, so it doesn't really resolve a lot of detail. So this was a step up from what would be the preamp in that system, which is the built-in preamp in the turntable itself. Then I tried it with my son's system, which is sort of a mid-range system, where that is comprised of a Fluance RT82 into an Emotiva, I think it's a A-100, with a built-in phono preamp, which goes into Cambridge Audio Minx XL speakers. And so I actually didn't like this in that system. I also didn't, when I was listening to this, it made me realize what I didn't like about the internal built-in phono preamp. And I thought that this sounded a bit much. This also had the issue with the detail that I found with my system, except that it was more palatable in my system for some reason. And in my son's system, the mid-range was really, really in your face a bit more than in my system. The built-in one, though, sounded very veiled in comparison. So, like, if you could take this and that and you mix it together and you would have a much better sounding preamp in that system. That was the only system I didn't like this with. I liked it with all of the other two. So for $99, you have a good chance of getting a product that'll work fantastically with your system. If you have no phono preamp at all, grab this all day long. If you have a problem with noise in your system, grab this and get a battery and you'll be good to go. Is this as good as the non-air version of the Zen Phono? I don't think so. I remember that sounding better than this, but it is double the price. So you should get something for that money, right? I don't have much else to say. It's a fantastic product. For the money, I don't think you can go wrong. If you have a moving coil, it's going to be good for most stuff. I actually didn't think I was going to like the 1K on the MC section, but it actually did surprisingly well. So there's that. Grab it, put a battery on it, and let me know what you think. I know a lot of people are having issues with their Mani right now. How about you go grab that instead and see if that doesn't cure your blues with the Mani too. If you need something a bit more detail rich, I would go with the Hagerman Bugle MC, which I did a review on. I'll have that review here. I'll have the review of the other one here, and I'll put something else over there. I don't know. But thank you for iFi for letting me review this. And I have another deck that they sent me that I'm going to review. And that'll be done shortly. Thanks for watching.